Today I going to discuss it as a two types of anti-DSA problems. Which has to like as a using bubble sort how it's working. And also I'll be explaining with as to code and dry running with as to one test case of the array. And one more problem was like as a continuous of the greater sum. So first we have to discuss about the continuous of the greater sum. Then we have to go with as to bubble set. So in this continuous as a greater sum, we have like as a n numbers. So that n will be having 10. So it's given as in input also. So our sum targeted value as a 25. So we have to find the greater sum. Our answer will be as a first like as a greater than the this 25. So that element will be having means we can returning that element. So for suppose here we have to take it like as a n is like as a restriction was like as a up to 10 elements only, so we have to find the sum in between 10 elements, so which has to sum our answer will be greater than 25. So that I'll be using like as a some like as a variables to assigning like as a this sum is equals to 0. So from I equals to 0 to as a from as a n, so it will be increasing with as to increasing manner. So whenever we have to try to sum with as to this, whenever we'll be finding with as to sum, we'll be checking that. So if whether whatever we have to calculate sum is greater than the our target sum, so we can return that as to element I. So because of up to how many elements you have to sum that. So for suppose here we can take it like as a say 7 elements are taken, that sum is we have like as a 28. So it's greater than whichever our value is given that 25, right? So that's why we can returning that as to element. So why if you getting like as a one doubt, so why we are taking like as a 7 only? So for suppose we can see here 6, we will getting like as a sum is 21, so which is our target sum is 25, right? So which is less than 21 25. So that's why we can increasing plus 7. So that increasing order we will get it like a sum is a 28. So that we will be returning that as to index value. So that is the here one problem that. So when we are coming with as to bubble sort, in this bubble sort having like as a to sort the array into as a ascending like as a ascending order. So for that I'll be taking like as a this array to sort that. So here will be sorting with, it will be happening with as to bubbles wise. So whenever we have to try to accessing as a variable like as a elements in array, we have to using like as a two nested loops. That first we have to running as a from as a loop is from I to sorry 0 to from as a n. So one other loop like as a from 0 to from last before index. So that is the loop is running. So for the first pass we have I equals to 0 and as to j equals to 0. For that condition is we have to check like as a if array of j is greater than array of j plus 1. So for suppose if this element is greater than with us to this element, so if greater is there, we can swap it that. So here we can see array of 0 is like as a 3. So and greater than 0 plus 1 array of j plus 1 is like as a 5. So which is not like as a greater, so that's why we don't have to swap that elements. And also for suppose that I j is increasing, so that like as a we have like as a j plus j equals to 1 and j plus 1 is equals to 2. So j is 1, so 5. So here 5 with greater than as 0. So that's why we can swap it that. So array become like this one. So like 0, 3, comma 0, comma 5, comma 9. So here all the elements will be having like as a no swap. So whenever try to like as a index 3 in like as a j loop, so it will be swapping occur because of 9 is greater than 8. So that's why it will be swapping. So updated array was like as a 3, comma 0, comma 5, comma 8, 9. So then like as incrementing the I, then again like as a pass 2, it will be checking like as a this is updated array. So that we have updated array is there. So that we will be checking like as a from I equals to 0 and like as a j plus 1 that. So if 0 of element is 3 and like as a 1 of index is 0, so it will be 3 is greater than 0, right? So that's why it will be swap will be happening. So that our array will become like as a 0 comma 3 comma 5 comma 8 comma 9. So that I'll be checking like as the next element if whether array is sorted or not. So that for the j is increasing, that I equal j equals to 1 and plus increasing like as a 2. so that it will be having like as a compares with as to 3 is greater than 5, so it is not as a greater than 5, so that's why we won't swap that. So we'll be checking like the two more conditions, we will be see like the because of array is already sorted. So this was code I have written for the checking like as a bubble sort is working or not. So this thing for the loop as running as a from as a last index, and from second loop is running from the last two as a second element, so that if array of j is greater than to j plus 1, we can swap it here, so then we will be printed like that array. So in this bubble sort, time complexity was average case is like for the best case order of n, and average case is order of n square, and worst case is a order of n square. So that's all about like as I'll be discussing with as a two problems in DS.